What is going on, guys? Will here. Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be taking you guys through my day with just a little bit of a twist. I'm going to try to live the most optimal day possible according to the health experts. Now, I think their idea of optimal is probably a little bit different than my idea of optimal, so I'm curious to see just how far off I am, if I'm off at all, and if we have anything to learn today. So let's get into the video. So usually by this time of the morning, I'd have a caffeine intravenous punctured into my bicep vein, but not today, because did you guys know that drinking coffee before 9:30 in the morning can actually put more stress onto your body because our natural cortisol levels, aka our stress hormones, are at its peak between 8 and 9 in the morning. So if you're drinking coffee on top of the cortisol, it could just be the reason why you are more stressed and anxious in the morning. So as you can see, it's 8:30, so I have a solid hour to kill. I mean, I'm all up for intermittent fasting, but intermittent caffeination just doesn't seem right. So in the meantime, what we're gonna go do is some fasted cardio to speed up fat loss, improve our mood, and prime our body for an all-day fat burn. So the belief is that exercising on an empty stomach, you'll be tapping into your fat for fuel instead of the last meal that you ate. And according to this website, any kind of exercise is a healthy way to start the day. I would tend to agree. But the type that will have the most benefit for your body and brain is aerobic exercise or cardio. Cardio is the closest thing to a miracle drug that we have. Clearly, they have never partied with Ollie before. Studies suggest that running or swimming will help lift mood, clear the mind, and may even help protect from some cognitive decline that occurs with age. So I don't feel like running, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to see me swim again. It's just terrible in your eyes. I'm sorry. So what I'm going to do is some aqua Zumba. I've done it before and it was horrendous. So I always say I'll try anything twice. So let's get into it. Well, I've tried it twice now. Confidently, never again. Hopefully the neighbors were not watching from the window, because then there would probably be some for sale signs up probably today. Now let's go get some coffee. So we've all heard that saying before, that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And I would tend to agree, because breakfast, all it stands for is break fast. It's the first meal that you consume that day. And if you don't have it, you're gonna die. So it's quite important. So it's not really necessary to have breakfast first thing in the morning. In fact, what they actually recommend is that you skip breakfast if you're gonna have something unhealthy. So if you're gonna have like a coffee and a single donut, when you eat it, you're probably gonna be hungrier after you have it if you just didn't eat at all. So that's why I usually recommend having at least 12 donuts. So right now, what I'm putting together is a breakfast of the top 12 best breakfast foods that you can eat, which I'll put on the screen right now, which is eggs, oatmeal, Greek yogurt, berries, chia seeds, and flax seeds. All right, so really quickly, I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna jazz up my oatmeal. So what I'm gonna start off with is some salt. Yes, salt is sick in oatmeal. Do not knock it until you try it. So just a little pinch, but that's gonna go in. Up next, some ground ginger. Love ground ginger in oatmeal. And of course, some cinnamon. Cinnamon always just belongs on some oatmeal. And since it's out, I think I should just try the cinnamon challenge again. I've tried it before and it didn't go so well, but I think I'm better at keeping things down now. Okay, so we're gonna put a little bit of cinnamon in. Up next, we're gonna put some chia seeds, about a tablespoon. A little sprinkle of that. And then about a tablespoon again of some flax. And then for the toppings, we're gonna go with some 0% Greek yogurt. Just a nice dollop on the top. Nice generous dollop, maybe 2 dollops. There we go. And then for the fruit, we got some wild blueberries, a serving of that. And that is an optimal bowl of oatmeal. Breakfast is served. So this is quite the hearty breakfast compared to what I'm used to, but luckily I worked up quite the appetite with some aqua zumba. So this theoretically should keep me full for 4 to 5 hours until lunch. That's wishful thinking, but we'll see. But eggs and Greek yogurt are by far the most satiating foods in my opinion. So this could potentially work. So very excited, actually very, very hungry. It is 10:10, so let's get into it. All right, breakfast is done. Feeling good, feeling healthy, feeling optimal. So I'm gonna go now, do some work while I finish my black coffee, and I'll check with you guys in a little bit. So it's just past noon right now, and I'm still full from breakfast, so who would have thought a nice balanced meal of complex carbs, good fats, and good protein would keep you full? But currently I'm walking. You should shoot for around 30 to 45 minutes a day. It doesn't all have to be at once, but as long as you get it in, that's all that counts. And joining me is a nice cup of cold brew. Don't usually drink cold brew, but it's just so damn hot outside, it just made sense. Cold brew is just so hard on my stomach. I can already imagine the diarrhea I'm gonna get. So this will be my last, I think, coffee of the day, because the optimal caffeine range, or should I say the healthy caffeine range, is 80 to 400 milligrams a day. And in my opinion, having a caffeine limit is like a girl saying a guy is too tall. The limit does not exist, but oh well. So by the time I get home, it'll be around 4 to 5 hours from the last time I ate, and then we'll make some lunch. Back from the walk, and oh my God, is it hot outside. But I wanna be as productive as I possibly can today, so I searched online, what is the most optimal lunch that I can have? And what came up was your brain runs best on 25 grams of glucose, and the option that kept coming up, source after source, was a PB&J sandwich. Who would have thought? Quite the pleasant surprise. I actually love PB&J, especially I love peanut butter. Someone said to me, Will, what's your fantasy? I'd say it involves something kinky with a jar of peanut butter to go alongside it. But Ollie, like, the peanut butter is his. He's very protective of it. So, dude, can we use some of your PB? That's a yes. So when we look at a peanut butter and jam sandwich, it doesn't seem that healthy, and it doesn't seem like it'll keep me full for that long at all. But just like anything, if we tweak it just a little bit, we can make it work. So when we look at the 3 components of a PB&J, starting with the bread, they recommend that you go with a multi-grain bread. So I have a 12-grain bread right here. You can totally go with plain, regular, white-ass bread. It's even less calories, but the only difference is there is no fiber, so you might be hungry a little bit sooner. So that's the trade-off right there. And then we look at the peanut butter and the jam. Obviously, you want to go with the natural, no sugar added peanut butter, and of course, no sugar added jam. So to go alongside my sandwich, I got some sliced apples on the side, and then whenever I think of a PB&J, I just think of a glass of milk. I don't know if that's weird, that's just me, but I can't have milk. I'm lactose intolerant with the exception of cheese. So here I got a cup of cashew milk, so we're gonna be getting hit by nuts from all different angles. So let's put this bad boy together. Now you'll notice I did not cut the crust off the sandwich. I don't know if it's just me, but I sympathize deeply with crust. It reminds me a lot of myself when I was younger. It's always cut off, tossed to the side, and it's a really good component. People don't give it a chance. So I'm keeping it on. I'll always keep my crust on. Going with the natural PB, I like it crunchy. You like smooth or crunchy? I like crunchy. I like to taste the nut in my mouth. Another good thing about natural peanut butter is it's a little bit harder to spread. I like to work for my sandwich. There we go. Looks like an appropriate amount. Now the Smucker Hardly Nowhere jam, no sugar added. I've never had no sugar added jam before, so I'm curious to see if I'll notice a big difference. I like to go heavy on the jam. Here we go. Now, I'm gonna cut it this way or this way. Cutting it diagonals for losers. I'm gonna go straight. That looks like a juicy peanut butter and jam sandwich right there. Oh my God. Haven't had one of these in ages. And oh my God, does it taste as good as I remember? All right, so since I'm pretty much the best brother in the entire world, I saved Ollie a piece of apple from my lunch. I'm gonna put some peanut butter all over it. 2 of his favorite things in the world alongside Greek yogurt and other stuff I cannot say openly on YouTube. So watch and see how he gets after this. He makes me seem like quite the elegant eater. Here, dude. He's been just sitting here patiently waiting for me. Dude, come. You want that? Look. Look at your fresh cut. You guys like his cut? So we've done the fasted cardio. What about the weight training? So as the day goes on, your body's temperature increases, optimizing muscle function and strength. And according to this website, between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m., your body's temperature is at its highest. This may mean you'll be exercising during the window of time your body's most ready, potentially making it the most effective time of the day to work out. Now, obviously that's not ideal for most people because we have a job and we work, but since it's quarantine, I can make it happen right now. So it's just about 4 p.m., it's 3:58, and we're gonna hop into a workout. But then I searched up what are the most effective exercises. Then I got this list from experts that they said are the best exercises and they'll give you the biggest bang for your buck. And those were squats, lunges, push-ups, crunches, and bent over row. And we're gonna get into all 5 of those right now.
And on the west side, cause that's where I stay. I just made 1,000, blew it in your face. I've been going in, I'ma close the case. I can't wait no more, man, I gotta blow today. I've been on the west side, cause that's where I stay. I just made 1,000, blew it in your face. I've been going in, I'ma close the case. I can't wait no more, man, I gotta blow today. I'ma blow today. I ain't hearing what they say. Need a blue face, I've been caring about a race. I've been trying to eat, I need more than just a taste. Now they trying to talk, oh no, they should know their place. Man, I'm ballin', this ain't cap, baby, now I feel like calling. From the O, but I got the music poppin'.
Solid workout. So I did everything 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps, like the traditional hypertrophy rep range, except for the push-ups and the crunches. I did like 20 to 25 reps. So now I'm gonna go jump into my pool and then make a snack. Time for the snack. So I found this website that said top 12 healthy 100-calorie snacks for optimal fitness. And it gave me kind of ideas like Greek yogurt with berries, I already had that this morning, hummus and raw veggies, hard-boiled eggs, heck no, Dr. Greg Doucette popcorn, raw nuts. Raw nuts are great, and they won't come back to haunt you in 9 months. And then there was the avocado toast. And I was like, you know what? I'm white as it gets. Let's just stick to my roots and go with that. So for my snack, it's looking like every white girl's Insta feed with the avocado toast. Alongside that, have a ton of water here, because according to my age, this chart said I need to have 13 cups, which is around 104 ounces. I think I'm well above that already, but can never get too much water. Now this bread is good. I've never bought it before. The 12 grain one. I can only taste 11 though. It's so soft. Your mouth just like sinks in. It receives me in a way unlike any other piece of bread has ever before. Well, that snack lasted all of 30 seconds, just like something else that I know. So now I'm gonna do some computer work. So this is 100 calories, and a 100-calorie snack is supposed to keep you full for around 2 hours. We'll see about that, and then up next we got dinner. So health is a lot more than just how your body feels and how you look. It's actually a lot to do with your mental well-being. Being able to take the time every single day for up to around 10 minutes to focus on yourself is super important. So something like meditation is great because it helps eliminate stress, anxiety, worries, basically anything that prevents us from being happy. And it's been shown that if you do meditation for a prolonged period of time, it can significantly reduce symptoms of stress and anxiety. So I'm gonna go onto the app Headspace and meditate for around 10 minutes.
I'd actually like you to begin with your eyes open and just taking a big deep breath.
Let's go make some dinner. So when it comes to making dinner, it's important to make it satiating, but at the same time satisfying, so you avoid late night snacking. So the ideal plate is apparently half vegetables, a quarter starch, and then a quarter protein. So the example that they gave online was a salmon fillet with some quinoa and roasted vegetables, and that is exactly what I'm gonna be making. So here I have a salmon fillet, which I seasoned up with some salt, pepper, paprika, cumin, and some garlic powder. Got a bag of quinoa here, and then a bunch of mixed vegetables I'm gonna make into some sort of a stir fry. Okay, so very quickly when my dinner is finishing up, I'm gonna do some Kegels, because apparently Kegels are one of the 5 best exercises you can ever do, alongside swimming, which we have done, Tai Chi, which we'll save for another video, strength training, which we have done, and walking that we've also done now. Kegels, so 4 of the 5, I'd say that's pretty good. So many people think that Kegels are only for women to help keep things tight, compact, to eliminate that throwing a hot dog down a hallway type of feel, but it's actually very important for men as well, because it helps strengthen the pelvic floor, which helps support our bladder and our bowels, and it also very much helps with sexual performance, so just so you know. So what it recommends is 4 to 5 sets of 10 reps spread throughout the day. So I have done 3 already, and I'm gonna be on my 4th set now, and this is all you gotta do. So you're just gonna lie on your back, hands to your side, and basically what you're doing is flexing here. So you know when you pee and you can stop the flow, it's that muscle. So here, and then you're gonna come up, hold it, flex it, come down. 1, 2, there we go. So that was 10 reps. And just like the gym, we progressively overload. So you just keep on adding more and more as the weeks go on, and you'll have a very strong pelvic floor. Dinner is served, and I must say, I have outdone myself. This looks absolutely sick. So I have not made fish for a really long time, and I think I did a pretty good job at cooking it. Haven't had salmon in quite some time as well. It's quite the harsh fish, very fishy. So we'll see how I did here. Tastes buttery. It's good. I dig it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm one of those people that if I have a bone in my fish, if I just get one bone, I'm turned off the fish for good. I can't even eat it. So hopefully I don't find one. Now for the quinoa. Haven't had quinoa in ages as well. So what it says online is that your last meal, or like your dinner or whatever you have after dinner, should be at least 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. Because you want to go to bed not feeling super full. I mean, I disagree. I think going to bed feeling absolutely sick and stuffed is the best feeling in the world. But that's what they say online. And they also seem to believe that like carbs after dark make you fat. And that's totally not the case. So if you guys read that and you believe that, not true whatsoever. Dinner done, very satisfying. Quinoa and salmon will be on the menu way more often, that is for sure. So I have no plans to eat anything else for the rest of the day, but if I do, I'll let you guys know. A little after 11:30 right now, just doing some work. I'm a very late night worker, but it's suggested that you eliminate screen time minimum 30 minutes before bed, which makes me seem to believe that being a single guy is not part of the optimal lifestyle. Again, that's minimum. They say ideally even up to 2 hours, but that's not realistic for people with certain jobs and stuff like that. But very much so, being in front of a screen right before bed definitely impacts your sleep in a negative way. So I'm gonna shut off here. I'm gonna end the video here and actually try to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep for the first time in like a couple months. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.